Okay, guys, let's make some money. I fancy a big payout tonight, so I'm saying I fancy. Be very nice. What I've done is I've backed Celtic versus Dundee, one apiece, 2-1 and 1-2. Odds on that Celtic are probably gonna walk this, but nerves and all that sort of thing. As you can see, so I've got one apiece, 1-2, and 2-1. And I will probably play some more in play, see how it goes. Should always have the 1.5 open and the 3.5. Okay, so we're on the correct score, 1-2, one apiece, 2-1, and we've got the under and over 1.5 and 3.5 goals ready and waiting. Catch you in a bit. Oh, sorry, I've Dutch for 30. Okay, guys, we've played 5 minutes, about 7 minutes, something like that. What I'm hoping here is this under 3.5 goals is going to drop a bit, and I'm going to lay into that just to give me a bit of cover, but not quite just yet. I forgot to mention, I think that I actually ducked the scores with 30. So I want some cover on the over 3.5 goals just in case Celtic decide to run riot. But I also, if nothing happens within 15-20 minutes, I'm going to start scalping the 1.5 market as well. Okay, 15 minutes no go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put an order in at 150 for 30. That covers me Dutch if it goes over 3.5. And then I'll give it another 10 minutes, then I'll start looking at the 1.5. Right, I've got my cover on the 3.5 goals, so that's cost me £15. And now what I'm going to do is start getting some of this because it's quite an high price on them under 1.5. Remember, I'm on 2-1, 1-2, 1 apiece. So I want to get some nice cover on here as quick as I can. Let's see if we can get in and out of here. If I can just need it to drop a bit more, then I'll get in there. Don't need tons of cover. I just want a bit just in case. Remember, I've got £30. 45 liabilities at the moment, so I want to get some of it just in case it ends up a boring 0-0. Not that I think it will be, not for 1 minute. Okay, so I'm going to try scalping this. I'm probably going to use 30s. See if I can get in there. Okay, I'll come back when I've scalped this a bit. Or is it going to go? Okay, Celtic has scored. I got caught. My at 30 in the 1.5. It's not really a problem. Well, it is a problem, but it's not a massive one. Correct scores, obviously. What I want to be doing now is I want to be scalping the 1-0. Excuse me, I've just got all my bets up on the side so I can keep an eye on them. So we want to be 1-0 to Celtic. Is it going to be a rout? We don't know. Okay, so we can still get 11s on there. My big danger really is 2-0. But we'll be silly putting anything on 2-0. We're going to be on 3-0. Let's have a look. So we'll get £10 on 3-0. And somehow we've got to reduce this. I can take a £18 hit on that. This is going to reduce. I'm not going to try scalp anymore. I'm just hoping it's going to reduce, get it down a bit, and then I'll get out of that. Unless another goal goes in, then obviously I'm £30 down to start with. Depending on our scores. One apiece would be nice. Just for a sec, I've just sorting another trade out. Right, Celtic have scored again, which is not good. Well, it is good and not good. Because obviously we're looking good on here on the 3.5 market. But we've already, I got caught out now. So minus 30 already on there. Correct scores, it's 2-0, which obviously I wasn't on, but my 3-0 is looking a bit better. So what I need to do, He's trying to scalp the 2-0. Trying me to reorganise all these. We've got the 2-0, we've got the 2-1. Got the 3-0. Okay, so the only one I'm not really covered on at the moment is the 2-0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scalp this as quick as I can. Excuse me, I'll have to get back to that game. Okay, it's half time. As you know, I wasn't on the 2-0. Forgot to set record. What you can do at half time if you're not on the score, obviously it's not much of a risk. I've already done it, which is a shame. I don't really want to go in again, but you can use whatever amount you want, 30, 50, and just try and scalp a bit out of this. And as you can see, I managed to get this up to 36. My liabilities now are 15 total on here. And like I said, as you can see, prices jumping up and down. Tell you in a second. Yeah. It's just worth if you can nick a few points here and there. Remember, you're not risking anything because it's half time. Okay, just a sec. I've got. Okay, sorry about that. I just had too many trades going on at once. Right, as you can see, I can now actually scratch out of here for about 5 or 4 quid, something like that. Gone 58 minutes. It's managed to stay at 2-0. So that little scalp I did at half time. Just a shame I missed doing it. Is bringing me back into line. What I could do in theory, I mean, this is one of them trades where it's not gone to plan, so you just got to think on your feet, type of thing. Remember, I'm already £30 down. Correct score. I could a couple of minutes. I'd be able to get out of scratch. So I would be £30 down, and then my only hope would be 3.5 markets, which I can get out at now with £2 profit. So there's loads of ways you could play it. You could hang on in there. We've got 3-0 covered, but as you see, we've not got much profit on it. But if it went to 3-0 sort of early-ish, then there's 3.5 goals is going to come back in, and we're not going to be so far off being able to scratch out or take the profits. What I could do now is I could scalp the 3-0, but it's not going to move too much. Well, over nothing's happening in game, which it isn't at the moment. So I'm just going to let it run for the moment, see how far I can get this into green, and come back to you. Okay guys, Celtic gone and stupidly scored again, which has not done me any favours. So I'm not looking very healthy at the moment on the... Okay. See what happens. I'll come back to you, see what's happened. Okay, nothing happened. It was just the button woman. She must have sat on it. Oh, I'm lying. Somebody scored, which will give me 3.5 up. So I've got my £30 there. But remember, I lost £30 originally on the 1.5. And I'm going to lose 50 here, so I'm going to actually be down 50 quid. Bad day at the office, but you get those days, and nothing you can do about it. It's not a happy day at Sports Trading UK, but if I could win them all, I would all be sat here being millionaires. And don't mind showing you a video where it went wrong. It's just a shame. I would have been okay if I hadn't been caught on the 1.5, scalping the 1.5. I could try and make a bit more on this, but we're on 71 minutes. Or a penalty by look at it, yeah. Okay, I'll see if I can recover some of this. Okay, this is where the risk taker me comes in. I've switched over to the under 4.5, over 4.5 goals market. Obviously, it's a bit haywire at the moment. We're on 80 minutes, so we've got 10 minutes left. Just couldn't wait for this to drop. And the question is, are Celtic going to score another or not? Okay, I'm £50 down overall, so I would like to get that £50 back somehow. I don't advise this, to be honest, but looks like they're obviously banging them in for fun. Okay, I'll take it at that. What I'm trying to do is cover this. I've got me. So that's been paid out, the 3.5. The correct score is the one I'm trying to cover, which I'm 50 quid down. Lost 50 quid on there. So what I've done now is I'm risking another 40 to get me 50 back if we manage to get a goal. Probably jumped in a bit early there. Look, it's steaming down there. But I wanted to get in because we've got 10 minutes plus injury time, so I've got 15, 16, 17 minutes, something like that, to get my money back. This is not particularly trading as such. It is, depends how you see it, game. Don't like to lose me 50 quid, so compound it and make it into 90 quid loss, but I'll take my chances. Boom! Happy days! So I end up with scratching out of the game. Another goal's just been scored on 87 minutes, so I ended up not losing anything, not winning anything. Sometimes you have to take a risk. I'm not telling you to take a risk. It's if you watch a game or you've got the stats in front of you and it looks like there's possibly another goal. It's amazing how many times there's late goals in games. I wouldn't say go for it all the time. If it looks good, then go for it. And it's always going to be a bit of a gamble. It's not pure trade. It's in effect, it is if you think there's going to be a goal and the stats say there probably will be, and the way things are going, then it's worth taking that risk. Okay, I risk another 40 odd quid. But I've ended up with my money back. So all in all, it's not bad. Okay, as you can see, I've just been, this is a chat room, we're just talking about the games. Just saying I got myself out of the hole with that last goal. So just to recap, I lost the 50 on the correct scores. I managed to get my 30 back on the over 3.5s. But I'd already lost 30 scalping the 1.5. If I hadn't been scalping the 1.5, we actually would have ended it up with profit. And then obviously I laid at the end to get me £50 back, and so we ended up with a scratch trade. So I'm not grumbling at that, and just to show you how things can go wrong, and there is ways out of it. And yes, if there hadn't been another goal, then I would have been looking at a £90 loss. But overall, when you're trading, you're never going to win 24/7 or every game you ever trade. Impossible. Sometimes it's a case of you have to take a risk. That's life, and it's also trading. I wouldn't recommend what I just did if you're just learning trading at the end of this video. But happy days.